Hi everybody, welcome back to the Dahlia Sewciety and a little catch up for might be nice. And I'm going to show you what I've been making and what I've got planned to do, as well as some future episodes I'm working on for the near future. Here in Melbourne, we are in our second week back into lockdown, and fingers crossed, praying and hoping that we'll be let out this week, the end of the week. It was a 2-week lockdown. Fortunately for Melbourne again, we got thrown back into lockdown because of some hotel quarantine breaches. I know for the rest of the world, this probably seems like nothing to you guys. I know a lot of you have been locked down for many, many months. We last year here in Melbourne were very unfortunate to be in lockdown for a good 5 or more months of that year, whereas the rest of Australia basically, they were fine. And unfortunately here again, it's happened again. So we're just hoping that we, can get things under control. So the sad thing is the rest of the country is going about their business, having their fun, and we are back in lockdown. So the only positives that have come out of this is the amount of sewing I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I've got my hubby home on his annual leave. Unfortunately for him, his annual leave last year was right in the middle of our lockdown. And this year, it's happening again. The great thing about that for me is that I can get him to do all the cooking while I do the sewing. And that is great for him too, because he loves getting out and doing barbecuing. He's got a wok burner. He loves making lots of different noodles and Asian food. We've got a pizza wood fire oven. He's got all these gadgets there. So I'm going to take full advantage of that for this next couple of weeks. So let's talk sewing, and I'm going to let you know what I've got on a brand new make for me, because of course we're cold here. It's getting those really, really chilly mornings. I love cozy fleece things, and this particular fabric, my goodness, it's beautiful. It's the Liberty Linford fleece fabric that I purchased from the fabric store online. The fabric store online, they do have international shopping, which is fantastic, and they've got great service there. They've also got physical stores here in Melbourne and over in New Zealand, but their online stores are great to order from. Now, I love the quality. This is really beautiful. It's not a cheap fabric, but I have made 2 things from last year out of this Liberty fleece, and it washes superb. The quality is really beautiful. Beautiful brushed fleece on the inside. And just the prints and the bright colours are just outstanding. So these are real true favourites of mine. So what I've got on today, I'll pop some pics up, is the Sewciety 7 Cosmos sweater. And I've gone for version B with a lower rounded neck. And I've got to say, I love this pattern. It is absolutely beautiful. The cockies are back on cue. I love it because of the fit. I've got lots of sloppy style sweater patterns, long tunicky ones and sort of big roomy ones with big sleeves. I wanted something a little bit more fitted that I could wear with, I've got a pair of sort of high-waisted, almost baggies, not quite baggies from the 80s, but heading there. And I'll wear that together, and I love the length of it because it's just a little bit longer than a cropped style sweater, and the fit's beautiful. Straight size 14 I made. I love it just with the regular neck. I was going to put a rib on it, and I decided no, I didn't want to detract from the fabric. I used this same fabric, and I went for the sort of more like almost like a bell-shaped sleeve. Made sure got the sleeve length right, because I always have to take plenty of length off my sleeves, but it was perfect. And the band around the bottom just gives it that beautiful finish. So really love the fit, love the size, definitely make more of these. And I really would love to make the higher neck version with the sort of stitch detail down the neck, almost like a funnel neck. I think that would be beautiful with that free pattern that Sewciety 7 have got called the Elemental skirt. So if you subscribe to their newsletter, you'll be able to download that skirt for free. And I'm thinking a good basic black set would look really nice, the funnel top and the elemental skirt. But yeah, really loving wearing the fleece things because of course I just live in these, and because we can't go anywhere, we're around the house. It's great to wear indoors, but it's also nice enough to wear out as well. Definitely can dress this kind of a fleece up. So I love bright colours to sort of brighten up the mood a bit, because of course You don't need to just wear drab daggy old sweats around the house. You can wear nice sweats. Now this week, hubby and I have both had our first COVID jabs. We are probably way behind here in Australia. I know you guys, a lot of the rest of the world have already onto their second, but we unfortunately are lacking a bit in supply. Because I'm under 50, I get to have the Pfizer, but hubby had the AstraZeneca. He's 52. So we're all fine. No side effects at all. And I was actually preparing myself for those side effects that I'd heard about, and both of us have been fine, other than being a little bit tired. But from what I've heard, the second jab can be a bit more daunting as far as feeling a bit crappy. So I'm prepared to do that because I think it is much better than the alternative. So yeah, feeling fine so far. It's on hold for a few hours the first day. Took me a few days to ring and actually get through, and that was great. Got it all booked in. Unfortunately, the second dose for me with the Pfizer, we're lacking in supplies. It's going to be about a 2-hour drive to go to get the jab. And because supplies are low, we do not have the choice. We have to go basically where they've got it offered. But yeah, hubby with the AZ vaccine, he gets to have it just locally at the doctor's. So yeah, but I'm prepared to do that. I think it's well worth traveling to get it all done and dusted. So let me get on to the next thing I have been sewing up, and that is this beautiful sweater, another sweater I've been meaning to make for quite a while now. This is the Sitka sweater from Hey June, and I'll pop some pics up of that as well. I really love how this has come up. It's beautiful fabric. It's fabric I bought from Fabric Hunt. Beautiful fleece fabric. Love the quality of this fabric too, and I've pre-washed it all. There is a little bit of fluff that comes off at first wash, but really, really pretty. And I was really undecided as to the neck ribbing, and I've decided to go for the same cream because I think the flow is really nice. It's what I was after. And I also used the same color green for the sleeves so that didn't affect the flow of it as well. I really love this beautiful soft fleece fabric. Can highly recommend this fabric. It's really, really lovely to wear as well. And you can see I've already worn it. It needs to go in the wash. Don't ever eat tomato or spaghetti or anything when you've got cream on. If you're like me, wow, one wear and it's in the wash. And maybe a bit of dessert on there as well. But I am absolutely a grub when it comes to keeping pale and white things clean, but really love how that sweater has come up. I looked at the size measurements on there, was undecided what size to make because I haven't made Hey June patterns before, and I went for the size 16 and it was absolutely huge. I actually ended up taking a little bit off the width and the length as well, so I think next time I will definitely go down to a 14. There's plenty of room in that sweater. Didn't need to make the 16 at all, but it really depends. If you want that big sloppy sweater, by all means upsize. I wanted it to wear like with jeans, and I just think the 14 would fit me much better, but really, really happy with how the chevron details come up. Really easy make. You basically make your front and back pieces before you put it together, and it just gives you perfect instructions on doing that perfect V, and then you're stitching down the V as well to get that really nice point all lined up really well. So a lot easier make than what I anticipated. And my daughter actually has a really 70s inspired one planned. She wants to do things like the cream, the brown and the orange. I've seen people do some really unique colorways like ombre. They might use like blue, but all different variations of blue, and have it that ombre effect. It looks beautiful. But I love that kind of retro feel with those chevron stripes. But yeah, really lovely pattern. I can highly recommend that one as well. What I'm currently working on, well, I've got a few things that I'm working on, and normally I don't tackle a lot at once, but I've just finished making a couple of things that I'm just putting the fine tuning on now, and that one is the My Embrace cardigan from Pattern Emporium. It's a lovely long cuddled up kind of cocoon shaped duster kind of cardigan. 3 different lengths. You can make the long, mid, knee or shorter length, and has to be a knit fabric. The great thing about it is that you can use all varieties of knit fabrics. You could make a summer weight knit fabric My Embrace, say maybe something like a nice rayon spandex or a loose bamboo or modal fabric for keeping, just popping on over a little dress at night. Or for winter, you can use those cuddly kind of knits. I've got a couple that I'm making. First one is in a beautiful knit fabric from Pit Trading. and it's just a lovely cozy knit, gorgeous rust color. And you just basically, it's like either one piece, huge piece of pattern piece on the fold, and of course my fabrics weren't quite wide enough, so I needed to do 2 pieces and put the seam down the back. Basically like a great big triangular piece with 2 slits cut in where your kind of armholes will go, and basically you just hem all around the edges, and you can either add your cuff detail where your arms go or a sleeve piece. So you've got the option to do sleeveless, cuffed, it's up to you really. And I think those kind of things to throw on, those lovely loose drapey kind of knits, are really, really practical to have in the wardrobe for layering. The other one I'm doing is this waffle knit fabric from fabric store online as well. I picked this up really cheap. It's $8 a meter, and I'm pretty sure they still have some online in stock as well. It hasn't got a great deal of stretch. It's just a knit waffle fabric, one-way stretch, but that's fine for this pattern. It really doesn't need to have a lot of stretch each way, but I think that's really lovely, and that'll be really practical, and I've got enough to do that full length version in that as well. The next thing I'm making is one of these patterns I've had in my stash for a long time. I wanted something to wear underneath that long line My Embrace cardigan, and that is the Adrian blouse, which is a knit blouse from Frodo Pattern Company. So that's a knit pattern, and from what I have seen, it's a very neatly fitted around the waist style pattern, and I will be adding a tiny bit of length to that as well. Although it might be really nice to tuck into the jeans with a little belt and one of these cardigans too. So it's nice sometimes to make things that aren't all long and sloppy and unfitted. I think it's great to have a bit of variety. When you're looking for a top that is fitted and there's not much in the wardrobe, I think these kind of knit tops are really handy and practical to have. And I've seen plenty of beautiful versions of these online as well. So excited to get that one made up. Now this fabric was sent to me by Fabric Hunt also, and that's from the lovely Cherie. And Cherie has got a little winter sale happening online there. Jump over and have a look at what fabric she's got to offer you, because she's getting a lot of the new range in as well. This is a beautiful viscose challis fabric that she sent me, which was the Lady McElroy. It's McElroy, isn't it? I've been saying McElroy because I've heard people say McElroy, and I think when I first started saying McElroy, someone corrected me on that and said it was wrong. So I'm at a loss, but I'm pretty sure it's McElroy. That's how I would pronounce it. So I'm going to go back to saying what I initially thought it was. Please help me with that. Is it McElroy or McElroy? I'm thinking if it's a Scottish pronunciation, it would be McElroy. So help me on that. I like to get pronunciations right. But this is going to be a beautiful Nexus blouse from Paper Cut Patterns. I've seen a few really lovely versions of that with the button front, and you can turn it around and wear it backwards as well. But that I think will come up really nice just to add to my beautiful ever-growing blouse collection. So excited to get that one sewn up. Now I'm feeling like getting my teeth stuck into a bit of a challenge, and if you're like me and you like a nice simple sew and sometimes sewn with knits, I've been getting stuck into all those knit projects that have been sitting there for quite a while, and just having a really reliable overlocker has made all the difference. And it really, the tension's perfect on it. I'm really not wanting to change the thread, because I know if you're like me, you hate doing that. I'm going to do the tie-on method for that. But I just want to keep it going. It's got a pale color thread, so I'm trying to basically make everything that will sort of blend in with that light overlocking thread, and being a bit lazy. So basically I have been making so many knit things lately with the Pattern Emporium release and a few of these cardigans that I now feel like getting stuck into something maybe a little bit more couture, a bit more fitted, and I'm thinking of making some jackets for winter. A little while ago now, Sarah from Pattern Union had sent me some beautiful jacket patterns. The first one is the Felix jacket. It's got a couple of different options. I'm wanting to make this fake leather, vinyl, whatever you want to call it, from Spotlight in the lined version in a cropped jacket. I'm really excited to make a little jacket for myself, and if it turns out really good, I'm actually thinking of doing it in maybe in a real leather or in maybe a really soft kind of faux leather. So that is on the cards next. I'm also loving the look of Cloth Edit's brand new wool blends. She's got some gorgeous Japanese wool blend fabrics in just recently that I think will come up beautiful in the box blazer, maybe from Pattern Union as well. That's a really lovely looking simple style almost 80s retro blazer. I know Gabrielle had some beautiful new stretch denim in as well that I've been eyeing off. I love the look of the Pattern Fantastic zip up denim jacket. Now I think it's called the Folder. That's a really, really pretty jacket. I think the sleeve detail, it's got this beautiful lantern shaped sleeve. So yeah, that's one I've been looking at, maybe making myself a denim jacket. So I love a good jacket. I think jackets are really practical as well to have in the wardrobe. Now, as well as that, I know Sewciety have also released a new boiled wool pattern, and I have loved making their boiled wools in the past. I've got a few of their coat and jacket patterns that I always wear. I just like wrapping myself up nice and warm and cozy. And the new jacket from them is called the London jacket, and they've styled it in the 2 colorway boiled wool 2 kind of piece. Oh, that looks beautiful as well. So that's one I'm really tempted to make. I just think that having the 2 colors is really versatile, something very unique as well, and that their boiled wools are absolutely beautiful. And getting back to Pattern Fantastic, talking about them as well with that beautiful Felder jacket, I think they've just released a new dress just today actually, I've noticed on Instagram, so I'll pop a pic up for that. It's a beautiful dress with ties at the top of the shoulder, so really, really pretty dress and very unique style. And don't forget Pattern Fantastic, I made that beautiful Varley blouse that's also a really, really pretty in a dress form as well, and it's also great in a plain color linen. I think the black one they've styled on the pattern envelope is really pretty as well. So yes, that's enough to keep me very, very busy. Now I'm off to have my MRI in a couple of days, so I'm feeling a bit anxious for that, but really, really happy that it's come up. I can get it over and done with and get to the bottom of my issues with my pelvic pain. I've spoken about before that I'm trying to get a resolution to see what's happening there. And I know a lot of you have written to me with a lot of your health issues as well. It's really great to connect to people and realize we're not alone with our issues, especially when we get to this middle-aged time of our life. I know a lot of my viewers, I've got a lot of viewers in their 70s and 80s as well, which I think is fantastic that you're all on connecting on the internet, watching YouTube as well. It's really, really great. My mum's actually an avid YouTube watcher. She's 75 and she's still sewing. But I've got a few of you ladies that are watching that are well into your 80s, and I just think that is exactly where I want to be when I'm that age, to be still sewing and still connecting with people as well. So it's been a really enlightening experience just talking to you guys and seeing how many of you are going through different issues. So there's one particular lady, big kisses and good luck to you too. I know she's awaiting some test results as well. So I want to wish you all luck if you're one of those people that's in the middle of something, a bit of a crisis maybe, or in the middle of an ongoing health problem. I really send you all my love and hope you are all feeling better really soon. Sewing is a great way of keeping your mind busy when you get those anxious thoughts, you have trouble sleeping and you're feeling a bit that the world is getting on top of you. I think the sewing and the sewing community is a really great escape for that, and it does give you that purpose, especially when you're in lockdown and a lot of you that are living on your own and a bit lonely. It's a great way to feel like you've got company there as well. So I will catch up with you very shortly with some new makes and also some new inspiration. I've got an episode coming out shortly that's going to showcase every summer dress that I made this last summer, show you all my favorites, the ones I've loved to wear the most, that I can highly recommend to you guys too. So I hope you're going to enjoy that, and yeah, plenty more sewing content to come. So stay safe, keep sewing, and bye for now.